Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, former Congresswoman Shelley Berkley. She's running for mayor of Las Vegas. Here for the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Jet into the Carson Valley Inn for cash and getaway giveaways. Cash and free play drawings every Thursday and Saturday with a $1,000 winner guaranteed each drawing night. And grand prize giveaways including $10,000 in cash or the ultimate Hawaiian vacation package guaranteed. It's the cash and getaway giveaways only at the Carson Valley Inn.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you. But we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
Take a look at Pro Group Management and see how your workers' comp requirements can be met head-on. By taking a proactive approach, Pro Group can assure that your company is meeting or exceeding state and federal standards. As you move forward in your industry, Pro Group moves with you, simplifying regulatory tasks, clearing the way so you can get the job done and look to your future success. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
It's the 10 million point Break the Bank giveaways at Tamarack Casino. Plus, win your share of $50,000 in cash. The 10 million point Break the Bank giveaways plus $50,000 in cash at Tamarack Casino. Now through February 25th. Your good times are at Tamarack Casino.
Nevada Newsmakers Studio is located at the headquarters of the Nevada Trucking Association. Motion and purpose are a truck's greatest virtue.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we are delighted to welcome back to the program Congresswoman Shelley Berkley. It is a pleasure to have you back on the program.
Thank you so much, Sam. It's a pleasure to see you via Zoom.
Indeed. And I wanted to start out, and of course it's former Congresswoman, I should point out. So as you watch what's going on in Washington, D.C., when you went to the Congress, you didn't vote for Nancy Pelosi as Speaker, right, when you first went there?
That is correct.
So what is your advice to the 20 congressmen that are Republicans that didn't vote for Kevin McCarthy? What do they need to be concerned about in the future?
Well, I'm not sure they realize they have to be concerned about anything, but the reality is this. We need to do what's best for our country and start putting partisanship behind us. It is not healthy. It is not good for our fellow citizens. It's not good for our nation. And I would hope that people would realize that they are not there to push a particular partisan position. They're there to vote for what's in the best interest of the people of the United States of America.
All right, but I guess my point is that that did not put you in good stead with the Speaker.
No, it did not.
And that cost you.
It did, but in the end, as you recall, I got the committee of my choice, the Ways and Means Committee, which of course is the most powerful committee in Congress. So I ultimately succeeded, but I was true to myself. And at the time that I got to Congress, I supported Steny Hoyer, who was a more moderate Democrat. And also, may I say, Nancy Pelosi is not Kevin McCarthy. And so I don't think they're going to have half of the challenge that I had with Nancy with Kevin McCarthy. I think he's proven he'll do just about anything to be Speaker of the House. And if you don't stand for something, as you know, you fall for everything. So I think he will be very malleable and very prone to do what's in the best interest of Kevin McCarthy and not necessarily the United States Congress.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come right back. We want to talk about what you're looking at as your next career move after this.
Jet into the Carson Valley Inn for cash and getaway giveaways. Cash and free play drawings every Thursday and Saturday with a $1,000 winner guaranteed each drawing night. And grand prize giveaways including $10,000 in cash or the ultimate Hawaiian vacation package guaranteed. It's the cash and getaway giveaways only at the Carson Valley Inn.
Modern boutique Ahern Hotel and Event Center sits at the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. 2 floors of meeting and event space are ideal for groups and conventions. Stay in one of 200 luxurious rooms and suites. Brand your event throughout the property. Flexible event spaces make for easy planning and personalization. Take over the entire hotel with a full buyout option.
Safety is the #1 priority for the trucking industry. Over $7 billion a year is spent on technology like this electronic eye that will apply the brakes automatically. But the most important factor for safety is the truck driver. These hardworking men and women who safely move over 70% of our nation's freight and 94% of Nevada's. We thank you because trucks move America forward.
Pro Group Management is the place where companies can find workers' comp solutions that are designed to meet their specific business requirements. As regulations evolve, Pro Group takes a proactive approach to clear the path to make sure your business stays ahead of the curve. Knowing your workers' comp program is optimized, you can focus on other important matters related to your growing business. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
It's the 10 million point Break the Bank giveaways at Tamarack Casino. Plus, win your share of $50,000 in cash. The 10 million point Break the Bank giveaways plus $50,000 in cash at Tamarack Casino. Now through February 25th. Your good times are at Tamarack Casino.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation from former Congresswoman Shelley Berkley. She's with Touro University and has been for many years now. But come the end of June, you will no longer be there. And the word is out already that you plan to run for mayor of Las Vegas. Why are you doing this?
I knew that was going to be one of your first questions. Look, I've had, I would say, a pretty good career in public service. I believe in it. It's my way of paying back this country for taking my grandparents in during the Holocaust. And so I always felt the responsibility to give something back to the United States for not only giving my family an opportunity to survive, but to thrive as well, which we have in this great country. I have a wealth of experience. I have a passion for public service. I have a background in many, many areas that I think would be of benefit to the city of Las Vegas. And I love my community, and I realize that there's still very much to do. And I am very anxious to continue public service after an almost 10-year I guess, time away from public service, where I was the CEO and senior provost of the largest medical school in the state of Nevada. So after 10 years of not being in public service, I realized that I still had the passion for it, the energy for it. And now, unlike 40 years ago, I actually know what I'm doing. So I think that would inure to the benefit of the people of Las Vegas, who I love dearly. All
right. So, years ago, there was an old line that said, you don't want to be the person that replaces Walter Cronkite. And Dan Rather stepped into that seat. You would be looking at replacing the Goodmans after 25 years of being the mayors jointly of Las Vegas. Is that not a daunting task?
Look, as you probably know, I've known the Goodmans for the better part of my life. Oscar was president of the temple that I belonged to when I was a teenager. So we go way back. I agree with you that they have an extraordinary legacy of what will be 25 years of service, where they really devoted themselves to the city of Las Vegas. So I believe that I could pick up that mantle. or that and move forward with it, honor their legacy, and move on to even greater heights in the city of Las Vegas. I believe, Sam, that the next 10 years are going to be explosive in the city of Las Vegas, between the sports teams and the cultural activities that we're seeing that simply did not exist when I was a kid growing up here. I think Las Vegas's best years are ahead of us. And quite candidly, the Goodmans helped pave the way. And I'm very grateful for their service.
I want to ask you about the synagogue, because not only you and the Goodmans went there, but Jackie Rosen also went there, and now she's a United States Senator. Where do I sign up for membership?
Well, actually, Jackie belongs to another synagogue I belong to. So the Goodmans and I grew up at Temple Beth Shalom, which was the first synagogue. And when we moved to town when I was 12, the only synagogue in Las Vegas. Jackie was president of Ner Tamid. And when I married my husband, I became a member of Ner Tamid as well. So I belong to numerous temples.
Yeah, I'm thinking that may be a good plan for me in the future, is to go to all the different groups here in town and become a member, and then I'll hopefully benefit from that.
Yeah, well, Sam, it's very expensive to do that. And by the way, at Temple Beth Shalom, I'll tell you another luminary that was a member, former Senator Chick Hecht.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I could end up as ambassador to the Bahamas. Let me ask you this. So if you're looking at business in Las Vegas, you've got to talk about Derek Stevens and the remarkable job he's done with all of his properties, but especially his masterpiece now with Circa. Have you talked to Derek Stevens about the potential?
I did call him and let him know. And then last week, I attended the Mayor's State of the City address. And of course, Derek was there as a very important part of downtown Las Vegas. And we exchanged pleasantries at that time as well. We have I have quite a connection to his properties. And this is something that is embarrassingly fun. But I conceived my first son, Max, at one of Derek's properties long before he took over, but I have a tremendous connection to the hotels downtown that Derek owns.
That is maybe the most remarkable thing that anybody has ever said on this program.
I know, and Max is now, 40 years old and has a family of his own, and I just giggle when I think of that.
No, that's a wonderful story. Let's take another break and we'll be right back.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org. With Nevada's only transplant center and verified burn center, the science is here. With award-winning cardiologist and the state's only dedicated heart failure clinic, the talent is here. With Nevada's most advanced robotic surgery, the technology is here. And with the Silver State's only designated pediatric trauma center, hope is here. All because we are here. UMC.
Hi, I'm Renee Summerauer, digital news anchor here at 7 at 7. Watch our streaming nonstop newscast immediately with your mobile phone. 7 at 7 is the new way for you to get every bit of local news you need in just 7 minutes. Breaking news, local neighborhood news, weather, and sports are just a click away. Reporters bring you all of what's happening in the Valley. From Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, YouTube, and more. Get every bit of local news you need from the RJ and LVRJ.com.
Each day, the Children's Advocacy Alliance partners with leaders, legislators, and families across Nevada to improve children's health, education, economic well-being, and safety. We recognize Nevada will be no better than the state of its children. Be a part of this change. Be a supporter of the Children's Advocacy Alliance. For more information, go to caanv.org.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with former Congresswoman Shelley Berkley. She plans on running for mayor of Las Vegas. Carolyn Goodman will complete her 13th year, which she always points out will give her one more year than her husband Oscar as mayor. She has really done a remarkable job of carrying on where he left off and then lifting things up even further. There are obviously concerns with the city of Las Vegas, the Badlands project and all those lawsuits, and the potential that if there isn't an agreement reached, that it could potentially bankrupt the city of Las Vegas. What are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Well, actually, Sam, I'm very familiar with this because my husband and I live in Queensridge, which abuts the Badlands. I am very hopeful that an accommodation and compromise can be reached because what is happening now is not sustainable and potentially devastating for the city of Las Vegas. So it would be my hope that in the next few years, and hopefully much sooner than that, that the city and the developer can sit down and figure out what we're going to do that's going to be good for the city and good for the developer, because he feels and is very aggrieved. And with every passing lawsuit and decision, it puts the city of Las Vegas in a bad light and could be potentially, as you said, very devastating economically to all of us who live in Las Vegas and are taxpayers here.
Do you think that, because I mean, it's already tens of millions of dollars that have been racked up against the city of Las Vegas. If something isn't done soon, and are you surprised that at this point the loudest voice asking for a settlement is Councilwoman Victoria Seaman?
Well, this is her ward, so it would stand to reason that it's her, I wouldn't call it responsibility, but she has the most vested interest in reaching some sort of accommodation that would work for the city and work for the developer. So I'm not surprised that Victoria is very actively involved with this. She should be.
All right. And do you think that there are back channel talks going on right now regarding a potential settlement?
Sam, I think I would be misrepresenting if I said that I knew. I don't. I would be hopeful that we're trying to reach, get beyond this impasse, but I don't know. I don't know.
One of the other big problems that the mayor of Las Vegas is going to have to deal with is the homelessness situation. And having spent many years going down to Four Master Lane to record at Channel 3, I'm very well aware of how bad the homeless situation is there between Cashman and Four Master Lane. What are your thoughts on that and potentially trying to resolve the homeless situation?
Look, in my discussions with business leaders and the people that are running Catholic Charities and the Rescue Mission, and I've had an opportunity to speak with all of them, homelessness is the number one issue. For the business people, it's a serious issue because it's impeding their businesses. Nobody wants to walk past people that are homeless and living on the sidewalks in order to transact business in any store. So that's an issue, an economic issue for the business community. It's also a very serious human issue for those people that are living on the streets. And it's not only single men or single women. You're seeing families living on the street because they cannot afford appropriate housing. But it's also the charitable and philanthropic organizations downtown that are tasked with helping the homeless. My family goes to Catholic Charities on the holidays and feeds the homeless every year. We've been doing it for decades now. The problem is growing. It's an issue. It's heartbreaking to see. And I would suggest, and I think the city is taking some steps. I don't believe in warehousing the homeless. I don't believe in busing them to locations outside the city limits. I think that is cruel and really doesn't solve the problem. But I think there are other cities around the country that are working on this issue. We should be fully engaged with them and take the best solutions that they've come up with some of our own, and figure out what we're going to do to, it will never eliminate the homeless problem, but certainly working on affordable housing and services that are in the best interest of the homeless and getting them off the streets. I mean, I can't imagine anybody being born and as they grow up thinking, oh, I want to live on the streets and be homeless all my life. That is not an option for any American.
And yet the irony, and we see that up in Reno as well, is that there are people that don't want to deal with the rules of society.
Yes.
And would rather stay outside of society for many reasons.
And there will be a segment of the homeless population that is exactly what you say. There's also, as you know, a large percentage of our homeless population have mental health issues and are veterans. And we haven't done, that veterans are a tremendous passion of mine. I worked very hard and very closely with them when I was in Congress, but we have not done right by our veterans that are out and they're serving this country overseas. They come back and services are very limited for them. We need to do a better job. If we send young men and women to war or to various locations across the globe to maintain peace, when they come back, we had better treat them right. And we don't often do that.
And it's stunning when you consider that the appropriations for the military keep going up. For example, Senator Rosen was on this program last September and talking about what was going on with Ukraine. And from the very beginning of our involvement in the war in Ukraine, in terms of sending weapons and bullets, etc., that there was a clause put in that said whatever we were going to utilize there was going to be backfilled here in the United States, which is not just millions, but billions of dollars. And yet it seems a tragedy that we don't take care of our service people when they come home, in so many cases, broken.
Well, it's unacceptable. And no American citizen should allow that to happen. I mean, and again, going back, hearkening to the homeless challenges that we have, a good many of our homeless have served this nation with distinction, and they come home and they're living on the streets. Nobody in this country should accept that as just fact. We need to do something about it.
All right, I want to turn back to more positive things here. Have you spoken to Boyd? Boyd owns 3 major properties in downtown Las Vegas. Have you had any conversations with Boyd about whether they would support you?
I did reach out. Right now, I think it's important to prove myself. There are going to be a number of candidates in this race. There are at least 2 sitting city council people that are running. And I hear rumors of others that are interested in the job. I have a wonderful relationship with the Boyd Group and the Boyd family, but I'm sure other candidates do as well. So yes, I reached out to them. I told them of my intention to run. And as this campaign unfolds, I'm sure I will be talking to them in great detail. The reality is this, Sam, I still have about 6 months left on my service to Touro University. And that's an obligation that I will see through and do the best that I can for Touro, and then hit the ground running on July 1st of 2023.
Well, the interesting thing here, of course, is that There may be lots of people who are interested, but you're the one that fired the first shot across the bows. And as a prodigious fundraiser, you would have lots of ways to be able to raise money for a race. You also have an outstanding personality that would match the Goodmans in terms of your ability to sell Las Vegas to the world. Carolyn Goodman has had no problem whatsoever, and neither did Oscar before her, of speaking her mind. I can't see you having a problem speaking your mind either.
No, I will not have a problem. That is not a problem that I've ever had. And I think it's important. People need to know where you stand on the issue. They need to know that you're putting your constituents' interests above your own. And that is public service. As you know, Sam, we've known each other a very long time. I mean, public service to me is not the public serving me. It's me serving the public. And I think sometimes elected officials lose sight of that fact. You're here for one reason and one reason alone. A group of people recognize that you are the most qualified person for the job, that you are the most knowledgeable, and they depend on you to make the right decisions for them. And as
Shelley, I got to cut you off here because we're out of time. I'm so pleased that you're here. Congratulations on deciding to run, and we will definitely be talking more about this as we go along with the campaign.
Sam, it's a pleasure to see you.
Thank you, my friend, and we'll be right back.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
Snorkel personnel lifts are engineered beyond the industry norm to an uncommon level of safety and durability, and with an eye towards sustainability. They're also designed to be simple to operate and maintain. Snorkel, always at the cutting edge of progress.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
With Nevada's only transplant center and verified burn center, the science is here. With award-winning cardiologist and the state's only dedicated heart failure clinic, the talent is here. With Nevada's most advanced robotic surgery, the technology is here. And with the Silver State's only designated pediatric trauma center, hope is here. All because we are here. UMC.
As always, you can watch Nevada Newsmakers 24 hours a day at NevadaNewsmakers.com. We'll see you on the next show.